सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओम सदाशिव समारंभां व्यास शंकर मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकरादि समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातो अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं समस्त सनातन धर्म भक्त साधकानां स्थापकानां विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति संपदा साधना वाप्ति द्वारा दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं विश्वशांति कल्याण एकदा प्राप्त्यर्थं मेधा सूक्तस्य पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। Saluting all the Rishi Muni Guru Devatas, Parabrahma, Shruti Mata, our Vedavyasa, Vaishampayana, Yajnavalkya, Adya Shankara, all our own Taittiriya Upanishad Gurus. Today is all 3-in-1 Thursday, also Bharata Ganatantra Divas, most importantly Vasantha Panchami, Saraswathee Avirbhava Divas, that's how celebrated. So though we thought of doing Bhusuktam, today we will do the Medha Sukta Parayanam. Because Saraswati is Jayanti today, may Medha Devi Saraswati Mata, the Bharati Mata, bless us with the knowledge. So Ma Bharati Ganatantra Divasa and Bharati Mata is the day her Avirbhava today. So let Mother bless us with the correct wisdom given in the Vedanta Upanishad mantras. Let that wisdom be fully with conviction in us. May we live that wisdom and experience the truth that is indicated without any inner or outer obstacles. May Ma Bharati Saraswati, Ma Sharada bless all of us. Let us start. Om Atha Shri Medha Suktam Om Yaschandasaam Vrishabho Vishwarupah Chandobhyodhyamrutat Sambhavova Samendro Medaya Sprunoto Amrutasya Devadharano Bhuyasam Shariram Me Vicharshanam Jihva Me Madhumattama Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगाद्विश्वाचै भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेम विदथे सुवीराः त्वया जुष्टऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधां म इन्द्रो दधातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना वुभावा धत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु चया मेधा गन्धर्वेषु चयन् मनः दैवीं मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधासुरभिर् जुषतागस्वाहा आमां मेधासुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वते पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि यज्ञस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु ॐ हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु ॐ वाग्देव्यै नमः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ॐ या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रान्विता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाढ्यापः ॐ नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनि त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यादानं च देहि मे ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदा ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनामहे व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेद तद्वक्तारमावेद आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ प्रथमोऽनुवाकः ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सह ब्रह्मणा विपश्चिते ते तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 Lucky day today as when Ma Bharati, Bharata Mata, Janani Janma Bhumischa, Swargadabi Gariyasi. Abhi Swarnamayi Lanka, Name Rochati Lakshmana, Janani Janma Bhumishcha Swargada Vigareyasi. What to talk about the glory of our Mother India, Bharata Mata, full of the richness of the cultures, traditions, much more than that, the fulfillment of human life in experiencing the ultimate truth through the process of entire spiritual knowledge and sadhana, completely, totally, fully developed in so many ways through all the shastras by all the Rishimuni Guru Parampara in our Bharata Mata. So today we celebrate the Ganatantra Divotsavam. So let us really respect our Bharata Mata for the culture, tradition, spirituality. All the other things of politics, sciences, worldly things, they all come and go, there is no end. But the real liberation is in Jnanam, and our Bharata Mata is Jnana Pradhana. That is why Bharata. Bha means light, Rata means reveling. The reveling in the wisdom of the self, in that spiritual, scriptural knowledge and experience, is the duty of every of the Indian. Let that be the priority. All other things, how much ever they are boosted, or shown with pomp and posh, all of them are delusion only. All of them are show offs only. Anything you talk other than Paramatma Anubhuti and Paramatma Anubhuti giving Shastra Jnanam and Adhyatmic Sadhana, and that alone is ultimate. So our Bharata Mata stands for it. In today's world, whether the government or the other people, whether they recognize or not, if they give importance to the outer worldly growth, let them all do that. But you and I will specially respect, revere our Bharata Mata for her scriptural knowledge, spiritual life, life of emancipation. Not only we try ourselves for that, but also we spread the same thought everywhere. And the same is the today again Mahabharati Ganatantra Divos, again the Sharada Mata, Saraswati Mata, also Vasanta Panchami today. So that Bharati is name of Saraswati Mata also. And we call her in our daily classes the Shruti Mata. So today is the day where both we can commit first that whatever the great knowledge given in the Shruti, till now what we did of only listening through the ears, not allowed for any of the reason, every reason to percolate into our hearts. We will commit from today that the jnanam gained by from this Bharati Mata, from this Shruti Mata, from this Saraswati Mata, we will try our best to clearly understand with the best of our capacities, abilities, by putting all our efforts, and we will try to live up to that. If this commitment we can take, we have really done the Saraswati Mata's puja. And then, while doing her puja, same thing we pray to her. Oh Mother, our intellects are dull, our memories are weak, and we are not able to deeply permeate or percolate into the truths of the Shastras by our own efforts. They are very sublime, we are very grass. Only to a pure hearted intellect only the theme of the Shastra is thoroughly understood. That we understood by our 3 years of efforts of not understanding anything. So, O Mother, please bless us. Whether we study Upanishad or Bhagavatam or Ramayanam or Yoga Darshanam or Vishnu Sahasranamam or Bhagavad Gita or Suktams, each of those words have the great meaning and experience. O Mother, that meaning and experience be revealed to us. In this way, we can celebrate today Mata Saraswati's puja both by our own commitment and also our prayers to her. If that mother is kind because of our prayers and surrender, then nothing is impossible to understand. Whether Mahakavi Kalidasas or any of them have become great Jnani and Anubhavi of the Tattva only by the Kripa of Mother. So, on today's Vasanta Panchami day, Saraswati Puja day, let us worship Mother Saraswati and commit for our own more deeper, sincere attempts to understand Shastras and live the sadhanas that are mentioned there. And for that, we need the Guru Krupa also. So today is luckily the Guru Krupa, the Guru Varam. So let the entire Rishi Parampara, Guru Parampara help us in understanding the scriptural knowledge, having gained which and living that noble life of spiritual evolution. May we serve or surrender to our Mahabharati, Bharata Mata, as a true Indian or Bharatiya or Sanatana Dharmi. And all that will happen when our intellects are made more and more sattvika, subtle day by day. We have to try for that by changing our entire day's schedule and life's orientation. That all will happen when we recognize the life which we are living now is to be not so great, and we conceive for ourselves that higher and greater, nobler life I want to live. In this Shubha Icha only, it is the invocation of Gurus, invocation of Mahabharati, invocation of Bharati Mata. All of them will happen. If that Shubha Icha genuinely, deeply, from the core of the heart, if that is not there, our ourselves have no Icha, how can our prayers and efforts will have power? Without the powerful efforts and prayers, how can the blessings from the Guru Parampara, Shruti Mata and Bharata Mata can come? Without that, the transformation will not happen. And without that, our life continues to be whatever we are having till now. Of only extrovertedness, grossness, laziness, tamoguna, no deeper understandings, no practices, no deeper experiences, even after so many years of superficial extroverted efforts. So let the Shubha Icha become stronger, let the prayers become stronger, let the upasanas become stronger, let our attempts of listening to Shastra, studying it, Mananam and Dhyanam and required sadhana, every one of them may become stronger and stronger by our efforts and also by Mother's Krupa. So having said so, it's a beautiful day. Every day is beautiful if we can make our mind like that. So today naturally beautiful. So let us encash it in more and more study of Shastra, understanding, trying to live up to it. In that attempt only we are going through, and for so many of the prarabdhas and samskaras, and also weaknesses of various types. Mind is weak, intellect is weak. The entire life is not fully convinced about spiritual sadhana because of so many reasons. Our study is not so powerfully effective. So let us again invoke grace and recognize this situation and feel for within ourselves to learn and implement this jnanam. For that purpose only we are studying Shastra. In that we have come up to this Taittiriya Upanishad. In this Taittiriya Upanishad, in this Brahmananda Valli, such an excellent topic we are discussing from last couple of months in fact. In those months, in that Prathamanuvaka itself, Brahmavidapnoti Param, the conviction that the Param is obtained only by the Brahmavitu, and that Param is to be very clearly convinced about. That Param is Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipashita. If this convinced by us, the Param meaning other than Brahma Vidya, we don't try for anything else, and that also with full sense of urgency. May it come to all of us. Then what is Brahma? Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. What is the Vida? Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. And what is the Guha? The Guha is the Panchakoshas themselves. So beyond the Panchakoshas, when we go through the understanding of each of the koshas, and also understanding and therefore fully accepting that they are anatma and we are in search of the atma, not anatma. Therefore, with the guts and efforts and success of rejecting these the anatma rupi panchakoshas, that guhayam nihitam, that brahma vidya or anubhuti, when we gain param apnoti, the ultimate is achieved by us. So here Bhagavan Adi Shankara, the Bhashyakara, Shruti Mata, Rishi Parampara, all of them are in such a beautiful systematic manner through the analysis of the Panchakoshas are taking us beyond each of the kosha. That is the subject we are now discussing. In the yesterday's class, we saw the introduction may why each of the koshas starting from Annamaya taken by the Shruti Mata itself, even though when they are anatma, for the reason that suddenly from the aham dehosmi sthiti in which I am stationed, straight away all these analamba atma vastu cannot be given to the buddhi. Buddhi needs some alambana for thinking and understanding. Without alambana in the beginning, buddhi cannot function. Therefore, already we all are taking the Atma, Sharira as Atma Deha. Therefore, anything for the time being, anyway, later on, in the maturity of understanding, the sadhaka will himself detach from the Annamaya Kosha, saying that it is an Atma. Therefore, right now, because he is having Annamaya Tadhatmya, let us discuss or study or start our journey from this only. With this kindness, compassion, what is done here is, yes, as you said, the Annamaya, the Sharira alone is Atma, but keep it with you. But let us analyze it. Let us understand it, what it is containing, etc. And we saw yesterday, when in that analysis itself, when we are analyzing the Annamaya Kosha to be with this Pakshi Rupa Kalpana itself, all its ingredients, all its causes, everything will be known by us. When we know all that, in that knowledge itself, slowly we will be developing a deep understanding and thought that in this way, when I am analyzing understanding of the Deha, Annamaya Kosha, and I am the knower of it. So when I am the knower of it, the knower and known cannot be same. Known cannot be the knower. Therefore, these Annamaya I am not. Then who am I then? There is something beyond the Annamaya called as Pranamaya, which is totally permeated, permeating the Pranamaya Kosha, Annamaya Kosha. In this way, when second Kosha is told, then we slowly come out of the first one, go to second. From the second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, beyond the Panchakosha, the Paramatma is there. Of that Anubhuti, we will be given if we really systematically follow the process of analyzing, understanding each kosha, and in that only rejecting. That rejection is delicate, that rejection is very systematic. In fact, rejection is not the correct word, acceptance of the cause. Cause of Annamaya is prana, is kamana, mana. Therefore, when we are going to the causes or the subtler things, obviously the gross ones are transcended. In Vedanta, through vichara, with a very, very sharp thinking itself, all the gross things are transcended, by which the process becomes without any pain. Any process which is done with the intellectual understanding is painless. Spiritual processes we are talking. If spiritually we are not doing, if we are doing with the emotions of the mind, then not only it will be painful, but we will not be able to achieve it. तुम अन्नमय को छोड़ दो ऐसा बोलने से इमोशनल से मैं नहीं छोड़ूंगा then we will say it will never happen only. But intellectually when it is explained, this is what Annamaya Kosha, but in and through that permeated the Pranamaya. Without Prana, Anna cannot be. Now you tell me which is the real, which is the expression. The real is Prana, its own classification is Anna. Therefore the understanding takes us to next level easy. That's what is the process we are doing here. Okay, so yesterday we have come up to this. Again, I am chanting Sahi Purushaha Iha Vidyaya Antaratamam Brahma Sankramaitum Ishtaha. Please feel the meaning of that sentence. That this Purusha, which is called as Annat Purushaha. Up to that, in the main mantra, Tasmadva Etasmad Atmana Akasha Ityadi. Then Adbhya Prithivya, Prithivya Oshadiyah, Oshadaya, Oshadibhyo Annam, Annat Purusha. Okay, that Purusha, be attentive. It is better for him if he discovers the Antaratama Brahma. Like when you go for any shopping, he will say, this object is very good and I think it is good for you too. Object is good by itself, and I also recommend that it is good for you. In the same way, the general explanation is what? A Purusha, this Purusha, if he discovers the innermost Brahma as Atma, it is good. In general, be attentive. Therefore, particularly, I am also suggesting, the Shruti Mata says, on behalf of Shruti Mata, Shankara Bhagavan says in the Bhashya, it is Ishtaha. Purusha, it is better for him to discover his own inner Brahma Swarupa. And we suggest also the same thing. Ishtaha means we suggest. Ishta is it is better. Both. Ishta is one word. Two meanings are there. It is better. Therefore, we suggest. So, Sahi Purusha iha vidyaya antaratamam brahma sankramayitum ishtaha. Instead of staying at the outer koshas and suffering, it is better for him if he goes inside, identifies with Brahma, because Brahma Vidapnod Para. Because it is better, we suggest it. Not only we suggest, we guide as to how to. And how to guide from? Always the guidance or journey is from what place we are, where we are. So we are at the Annamaya Kosha. Therefore, Bahya Tasya Cha Bahya Akara Vishesheshu Anatmasu Atma Bhavita Buddhi. See the fact so clearly accepted by Bhagavan Adi Shankara. The fact that you and I, though the seekers of spirituality, now are at the grossest Annamaya level. Anatmasu Bahya Akara Vishesheshu Anatmasu Atma Bhavita Buddhi. So when he has got habituated to this buddhi, the conviction, Atma Bhavita as the self, about the Anatma, starting from the Annamaya or Sthula Dehadi, Analambya Vishesham Kanchita, Sahasa, Antaratama, Pratyagatma Vishaya, Niralambana cha, Kartum Ashakya. So that buddhi, which is habituated to have a substantial, tangible alambana, to that buddhi, straight away, to that buddhi straight away, giving that Brahma Tattva, which has no alambana, the buddhi will not be able to immediately accept. या बुद्धि को सीधा निरालंब हम नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज इट इज हैबिचुएटेड टू आलंबन. Therefore, what to do? Iti drushta sharira atma samanya kalpanaya. Drushta sharira atma samanya kalpanaya. Samanya means generally to everyone. Kalpana means actually it's not reality, but it is projected. Sharira is body. Drushta means sin. Atma means as a self. The self, the body, the Sthula which is seen, but it is taken as an Atma because it's a Samanya and above everybody. Finally, it is Kalpana. So, Drushta Sharira Atma Samanya Kalpana. See how wonderfully in this one sentence Bhagavan Shankara says, Drushta means actually it is seen. What is that? Sharira. But is it self or not self? Not self. But it is taken as what? Atma. Is taken as an Atma by one or two people? No, everyone. Most of them. Therefore, Samanya. But finally, is this Sharira's Atma? No. It is Drushta. It is an Atma. And at the highest level of meditation, all these Sthula Deha, they are Kalpana only. See? It is Drushta, it is Kalpana, it is called Sharira. But about that, there is a सामान्य भावना that it is आत्मा. इसको हम सहारा के रूप में लेकर शुरू करते हैं. दृष्ट शरीर आत्म सामान्य कल्पनया. विद्या कल्पना में इज द उपाय. शरीर को ही आत्मा के रूप में मान रहे हैं ना, या उसी को हम साधना के रूप में लेकर और एनालिसिस के आधार के रूप में लेकर वी विल एक्सप्लेन. जस्ट लाइक शाखा चंद्र दर्शनवत. Like the Shaka is shown, through that Shaka, Chandra is shown. Goal is not Shaka, goal is Chandra only. So to goal is not to establish Annamaya Adi as the Atma. Goal is to take the understanding to Aham Brahmasmi only. But starting from here. Now when the exercises are given to us by the Shruti Mata and Bhashyakara, what we have to be attentive is, as clearly they are telling, so clearly we have to understand and accept that this is what is Annamaya, this is what is Pranamaya. When you say like this, then later on when it is said, when you know all of them, they are known, the knower is always different from known. When it is said, at that time, I am the knower, Sakshi, Brahma of them, they are all known to me, this thought becomes easier to accept because you are doing the rigorous exercise of understanding something. Whenever is something understood, that is always anatma. Understood or perceived or seen, whatever it is, only anatma. Because atma is beyond the need of any understanding, etc. Because of experience. Understanding is the work and struggle of the buddhi. Other things you have to understand to conduct the life. But the self need not be understood. You are the self. You be the self, you are realized. Therefore, I am understanding all the Panchakoshas. Therefore, they are the understandings of the Buddhi. They are not the self. Then reject them. You will see what the self is. That is Brahma. So, this is what we have to do. Our job is what? As Shruti Mata said, Shankara Bhagavan said, Ki Brahma Sankramayitum Ishtaha. Underline this word. Our desire should be as suggested by Guru Adi Shankara, as suggested by the Shruti Mata, Bharati Mata, that I must enter into Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti. Brahma Sankramayitum Ishtaha should no more be suggestion of Shankara or suggestion of Shruti Mata, but it should be our own strong Ishta. Then, when that Ishta is stronger, that I have to enter into Brahma, which is already said for various reasons, Brahma Vidapnoti Paramityadi. At that time, then sadhana is what? We are caught up in Panchakosha, we have to reject them. This thought also should be there. But straight away you cannot reject. Then how to do? Slowly use buddhi to understand them. In the understanding of them only, their limitations, their anatmatva is proved. That we have to understand and accept. Their limitations, their anatmatva, when they are proved, that we have to accept. When this knowledge is accepted, it is easy to reject these things as anatma. Be attentive. Unless these things are rejected as anatma, the real atma khyati or atma anumoti will never come. Real Atma Anubhuti never comes if they are not rejected as an Atma. See, in Sri Ramaji's Upadesha also the same thing we saw. In all the texts we were observing it. Unless the Anatma Tyaga doesn't happen, the Atma Anubhuti or Yoga cannot happen to us. So that's how the deep meditation. So all it starts from there, where from Brahma Sankramayitum Ishtaha. From that it starts. That's why in today's our introduction also we saw Shubha Ichcha nahi hai, Shubha Ichcha nahi hai. So we can never be benefited by the classes, by Shrutimata, by the Guru Anugraha Itya. After saying so, now the mantra is what? तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणः पक्षः अयमुत्तरः पक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति. The simple literal meaning of this is tasya. Tasya means anatmanah, but today taken as an atma. And what is that? Annamaya. So, continuation is Savaesha Purushaha. What is then Annat Purushaha? Please attentive. Annat Purushaha, up to that is one complete thought. From where? Tasmadva Tasmad Atmanaha Akasha Sambhuta Akasha Vayu Ayo Ragni Ragni Rabaha Adba Prithvi Prithviya Oshadyaha Oshadibhyaha Annam. Annat Purushaha. This is one subject. अन्नात् पुरुषः के बाद अन्नात् पुरुषः सवा एष पुरुषः अन्नरसमयः. That purusha is annarasamaya. That also was exhaustively explained. How? From the anna rasa only all the dehas are made. It was proven. Only after that he asked the question. When all the dehas are made by anna and also all they belong to Brahma Vamsha, why purusha was taken? Then the answer was given. The continuation of that. Sava Esha Purusha Annarasamaya of that Purusha who is Annarasamaya. In brackets, therefore, this is Stula Sharira, which is not the self. But now we take it as self. It is analyzed. What is analyzation? Like a Pakshi, the Tittiri Pakshi. This is proved to be having that five ingredients. So, okay. And to prove these five ingredients of the Annamaya Kosha, there is a quotation from the Rigveda Brahmana, the Rigveda mantra. And in all the five koshas, even beyond also, the kosha will be explained. And to prove that these explanations are from the present Yajurveda Brahmanas. To every Yajurveda Brahmana which is explaining each of the kosha, there will be corresponding Rigveda, यजुर्वेद मंत्र के लिए सॉरी यजुर्वेद ब्राह्मण के लिए there will be Rigveda mantra as quotation every time, so that it is substantiated without any doubt. The purpose of giving these quotations is to make it clear that not only here it is said elsewhere also. Tadapyesha shloko bhavati, tadapyesha shloko bhavati, tadapyesha shloko bhavati. He goes on. This tadapyesha shloko bhavati in the beginning was tadesha abhyukta. Tad esha rucha abhiukta. Tat means that Brahma by Rigveda in this way defined. That's what we saw. For that Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Here also for every shloka or every of the kosha explanation, tadapi esha shloka bhavati, in this way it is said. Now what is that? The five aspects of the Pakshi and five aspects of the Annamaya. Therefore, Annamaya is only like any other Pakshi. You need not consider it as an Atma. Slowly. Straight away, we will not tell you. It will be very difficult for you even to feel that कि I can be something other than Annamaya, because इतने जन्मों से देह देह के रूप में जी रहे हैं और entire day ours is only on the basis of Aham Dehasmi. Suddenly, if it is taken away, it is like taking away the base on which we are standing. गिरी जाएंगे. But slowly introduction, धीरे धीरे करो. And then as we study more and more Shastras deeply, then by the Shruti Mata's Krupa, Bharati Mata's Krupa, Guru Parampara Krupa, not only the acceptance that I am something other than the Panchakosha, but also the possibility that I can be that self, followed by how to do and we do and really reach to that Anubhuti which is beyond all the Panchakoshas we can gain. That is how the process. Right now, though, for us, only as a Deha we can be alive. Surviving without Deha we can't be. In this Bhavana, we are always strongly there for so many lives, etc. So, Tasya idameva shiraha. The head alone is head. I am Dakshina Pakshaha. The right hand itself is the right wing. I am Uttara Pakshaha. The left hand itself is the left wing. I am Atma. The central portion itself is Atma. Idam Pucham Pratishtha. And the below navel thing, which is like the Pucham, itself is the Pratishtha. Pratishtha, the base substratum. Now, these words will be explained to us by Bhagavan Shankara. We will study it. Literal meaning we said. So one side the Taittiriya bird, other side the Annamaya Kosha. Again, one side the Taittiriya bird, other side the Pranamaya Kosha. The Taittiriya bird, Anomaya Kosha. In that bird, the Shiraha, Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma, and then Pucham. Atma means central portion. Simultaneously, this will be told. At the same time, whatever is Annamaya, within that only Prana. Within that Prana is such a saying that ये container है वो content है. But in Vedanta, within means Satla. Within means cause. Within means the self. Like डब्बा के अंदर कुछ है. तो generally the content is secondary, container is important. बट इन द वेदांत ये इसका अंदर का अर्थ क्या है कि द इनर वन इज द सेल्फ, इनर वन इज रियलिटी, इनर वन इज द सपोर्ट फॉर द आउटर कैन नॉट बी विदाउट इनर. That deep thinking and understanding and acceptance we have to have while going through the analysis of the Panchakoshas. So today we will just see this Annamaya, how Bhashyakara explains to us. Now, starting. Bhashya we are starting now. Tasya means Purushasya. Which Purusha? Savaesha Purusha Annarasamaya. So Annarasamaya Purusha of him, Tasya. Idam eva Shiraha. This alone is the head. So Tasya Asya Purushasya Annarasamayasya Idam eva Shiraha Prasiddham. That common, very well accepted head alone is head for him. So you and I are there, we have our own head. This head is the Shiraha of the entire, the Annamarasamaya Sharira, which we call it as Purusha. So the Pakshi Samanya Shiraha for the Annarasamaya Purusha is this Prasiddham Shiraha, the head only. Now, why is this said? Specifically, Idam Eva Shiraha. Head is head only. Even the headless fellow knows it. Why have to say so? See, the explanation is this. Very careful. Listen. Ki Pranamayadishu. Gross body is so gross, tangible, seeable. It is just exactly like the Pakshi with all the five things. But beyond the gross body, the Annamaya, the subtle koshas, when they are told, starting from Pranamaya Adisho, Ashirasam, they have no head because they are not like gross body. But unka shirastva darshanatu, the shirata, the headness of it is imagined. Just like the imagination of the Shira Adi are done for Prana Manomaya because they don't have a body at all. Don't take the Annamaya also is like that the head of the Annamaya is imaginary. It is not imaginary like them, it is real. To say that it is real, idam eva Shira. In fact, on the basis of this Annamaya kosha only, the other koshas, parts or the limbs will be told. So for idam shiraha, idam eva shiraha means what? Eva kara for is what? It is not like the other koshas, the head is imagined. My dear friend, in the Annamaya kosha, there is a head definitely there. Idam eva shiraha. So shira eva shiraha, eva means what? Hey Baba, not like other koshas where they don't have but to imagine. So in them it's an imagination, it's an upasana. And in this, it's not imagination of Upasana, it is there. It is just recognizable, to be recognized. So tasya idameva shiraha. Shiraha prasiddham pranamayadishu ashirasam shirastva darshanat. प्राणमयादियों में देह ही नहीं है, सूक्ष्म है वो, शिर ही नहीं है, बट शिर इज दर्शिता, ओनली told to us for the upasana. Shirastha darshanat iha api. Here also, tat prasangaham abhut. Same thing should not be mistaken that here also is an imagination. Here it is not imagination. It is really everybody has got the head. Every body has got the head. For that sake, idam eva shiraha iti uchyate. So, for bringing our attention to the head and to say that it is tangible, seen, and we all are having this anubhava that I am deha, and to the deha we have the head. But other things, only imagination. But that imagination is required for sadhana, and all that is depending on this, and this Annamaya is definitely as the head, therefore idameva shiraha. Iti uchyate. Evam, in the same way, pakshadishu yojana. So too, when the pakshas, atma, pucham, when they are told, that time also you should understand that the sthula deha has got all these, sukshmadi deha don't have, but we have to imagine. The pranamayadi don't have, but we have to imagine it. And how to do, what to do, all that also will be told. Now, we will see first one by one. Shirameva, the ayam, tasya ayameva shiraha, it is explained. Head is explained. So the Taittiriya word, its head, our own Annamaya Purusha, its head explained. Now Dakshina Paksha, the right wing is there for the bird. The left wing, right wing, extremist, leftist, rightist. Don't bring all that wings there. So the right paksha, right wing, Dakshina Paksha kehte hain. I am Dakshina Bahu. This is right hand. Dakshina Bahu. How these are decided? Purva Abhimukasya Dakshinaha Paksha. Generally, how the directions as to east, west, north, south are decided. First, we are told to see where the sun is rising. Then we are told to face the rising of sun. That place where the sun is rising, first it is understood as the east, Purva Disha. Then where the sun sets is called as the Paschima Disha. While facing the sun, our own right side is called as the Dakshina and our left side is called as Uttara. This is how, right from the beginning, even in childhood, we are taught how to find the directions. So facing the sun in front, it is called Uttara, Turpa, East, Purva. Then the opposite is Paschima. Then the Vama Paksha or the left side direction is called Uttara, and the right side is Dakshina. Therefore, Dakshinaha Pakshaha means when you face the sun, it is right side. Therefore, the right hand is called as Dakshina Pakshaha. So for the Pakshi, there is a right wing. For the human being also, there is Paksha, and that Paksha is right hand. Bahu is the Paksha here. So it has got its wing, we have our wing. And our wing is right hand. So, Purvabhimukha Dakshina Paksha. Then once that is understood, I am Savyaha Bahu Uttara Pakshaha. So for this Pakshi of Annamaya Kosha, this Purva Bahu, okay, Uttara Pakshaha is Uttara Bahu only. So the left hand is the left wing, right hand is the right wing. For the Annamaya Sharira Pakshi, of whom Ayameva Shiraha, the head alone is the head of the Pakshi. Pakshi Samanya Kakad lena, because it is the one which is going well. Well, how? Just like the Pakshi has got 5 things, I mean, this body also have 5 things. When that Pakshi is not Atma, how can this be Atma? Later on we will develop that. So, I am Eva Shiraha, I am Dakshina Pakshaha, I am Uttara Pakshaha. So that head alone is head, this is the right wing is right hand, left wing is left hand. Now this is Eva has to be added like the head wala, because when we see the next koshas, there also the Shiraha will be told, Uttara Dakshina Pakshas are told, the other 2. But they are not actually there, but they are all projected or imagined for Upasana. All that how to do, it will be told. We will see very soon. Now, after this is done, I am Dakshina Pakshaha, I am Uttara Pakshaha is explained by Bhagavan Shankara from that main mantra. So, I say I am Eva Shiraha, I am Dakshina Pakshaha, I am Uttara Pakshaha. Always remember, the main mantra should be kept in front of our eyes. Then, while keeping that in our eyes, we have to study the Bhashya and the meaning of the Bhashya. So, through the meaning of the Bhashya, we are understanding the Mula Mantra, Sutra Bhuta Mantra. Therefore, in the Mula Mantra, what is said, Tasmadva eta Purushonnara Samayaha, Tasya idameva Shiraha, Ayameva Shiraha, Ayam Dakshina Pakshaha, Ayam Uttara Pakshaha. It is said, no? So, what is Ayameva Shiraha? The Samanya Shiraha. What is Ayam Dakshina Pakshaha? The right hand. What is Ayam Uttara Pakshaha? Left hand. Now, the fourth line is what? Ayam Atma. Ayam is this alone. And what is Atma? See, Ayam Madhyamo Deha Bhagaha Atma Angana. This Madhyama Deha Bhaga which is there, this is called as Atma. Why is it so? Ki Madhyam hi esham Anganam Atma iti Taittiriya Aranyaka Shrutehe. Because in Shruti it is said, the central portion is called as an Atma. Because it is the one which is supporting all upper and below ones. अगर बीच वाला नहीं है, से 2 हाथ है, 1 सर है और 2 पाँव है, इसका कोई संबंध होता है क्या? All of them are connected to the inner vein, the central portion. Therefore, the central portion is called as an Atma. So too for the Pakshi, the left, right, head, then the central portion. So I am Atma is idam madhyamo bhagaha Atma. Anganam. Madhyame esham Anganam Atma iti Shruti. So Shruti quoted to say this Madhya Bhaga itself is Atma. Atma is not the self, the main cause, main point on which the other things depend. Then the fifth one what? Idam. Idam means what? Idam iti nabhehe adastat. Yad angam. Below the nabi, whatever the angam is there, tat pucham. That is called as the tail. And it is called as what? Pratishtha. Why? Pratitishtate anaya iti pratishtha. Pucham iva pucham. Adho lambana samanyat yatha go pucham. So, pratitishthati anaya iti pratishtha. Like the bird when it is flying, to protect from its own imbalance, what helps us is its own tail behind. The wings give the ability to fly, swiftness. The head shows the direction where to go. But the wings, the tail sees that it is on the stabilized path without imbalance. That pratishtha is done by the pucham. Our pucha is called as pratishtha. And the pucha pratishtha in the Annamaya Purusha is what? The thing below the Nabhi. And why it is so? That pucham pratitishthati anaya iti pratishtha. Pucham iva pucham adholambana samanyat. For the, all the animals like the cow or any birds, the pucham is adholambana. It is hanging. So too, because of the hanging nature, that is called as pucham. So therefore, Pakshi, Shiraha, Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma and Pucham. Our human being, Annamaya Kosha, Annara Samaya Purushaha, then this is called as Shiraha, then Dakshina Pakshaha, Uttara Pakshaha, Atma and then Pucham. This is explained. Now he says, Etat Prakrutya, starting from this, basing on this. एतत् प्रकृत्य मतलब इसके आधार पर इतरेषाम. What is iteresha? Uttaresham, sorry. The subsequent. What are the subsequent? Pranamayadinam rupakatva siddhi. Basing on this only, the Pranamayatwadi also are given the Rupakalpana. Basing on what? The Annarasamaya Purusha. Then how what? Musha Nishikta Druta Tamra Pratimavat. Like a liquidated the let us say the copper liquid. Then copper liquid, when it is put in a mold, it will take the shape of that mold, is it not? कुछ भी shape बनाओ, उसमें कोई भी liquefied thing you put, then it gets that shape. That is how all the ornaments done through machinery, not through hands, and all the pratimas they are made. So here the pratima is what? Sorry, the musha is what? Musha means the thing which is used for pouring that liquid to get that particular shape. Musa. So this Annamaya Kosha is that Musha. With the help of the Annamaya's shape, the shapes Rupa Kalpana of the Pranamaya Adi Kosha also are done. It's called mold in English, Musa. So, etat prakrutya uttaresham pranamayadinam rupakatva siddhi. Basing on this only, the rupakatva siddhi of the other koshas are done, because so far we are using all the koshas without being fully aware of them. And unless we become fully aware, we cannot detach from them saying that they are anatma. And to become aware, they have to be conceived in a substantial form. And for that having a form, because they don't have their own forms, we have to take the sharira as the main mold, and accordingly we have to form them in our mind for conception and understanding. And that itself leads to the next sadhana, ki wherever the Annamaya is there alone is Pranamaya as its Atma. Wherever Pranamaya is there, in and through that Pranamaya, he alone is there, the Manomaya, most importantly, as its Atma. And wherever Mana, there on Vijnana. Where Vijnana, Anand, और wherever the आनंद में है, उसका आत्मा के रूप में परब्रह्म है. Be careful about it. This type of thinking analysis definitely gives us the clarity. Now, with this understanding, now explain the earlier word. What is that? Nihitam guhayam. There the guha is buddhi triputi. वो एक analysis हो गया. Now here is what? The guhas are what? The panchakosha only guha. What is the panchakosha guha? Atma is the pranamaya, not annamaya. Annamaya is only the shape expressed, grassified pranamaya. But do we take the pranamaya as an atma? No. We are taking annamaya as an atma. So taking the atma pranamaya as annamaya is called as guha. rejecting the Annamaya by saying that it cannot exist without the Pranamaya. Therefore, Pranamaya is reality. When you go to that level, we have done the Guha Pravesh. That is called as Brahma Sankramaitum Ishtaha. Antaratamam Brahma. First step it is. Like that, second, third, fourth, by rejecting the outer things as Anatma with regard to the subtle thing called as Atma. Much before reaching Brahma. ब्रह्म तक हम पहुंचे नहीं, हम वो तो आनंदमय के बाद पहुंचेंगे. But here there cannot be any annamaya without pranamaya. Pranamaya is the atma of the annamaya. With this knowledge, annamaya has to be rejected or devalued, or less importance should be given. More to pranamaya because it is an atma. That we have to do. Information is given by the Shastra. Therefore, after that information, till the conviction comes that the Annamaya is not real or valuable, the Pranamaya is important. That practice is called as Upasana. This is called as Jnana Upasana. Now you understand what is done on Nidhi Dhyasanam? Is this Upasana after getting the knowledge that this is self, this is not self. The not self is taken as self. Now it is understood. Now it is not the self, this is the self. This bhavana nirantara we do to the extent that the Atma Bhava and the Annamaya goes away is called Upasana. That we will be told slowly. यहाँ तक हुआ कि एतत् प्रकृत्या उत्तरेषां प्राणमय आदीनां रूपकत्व सिद्धि ही हौ मूषा निषिक्त द्रुत ताम्र प्रतिमावतु. Musha means the mold. Nishikta poured. Druta means liquidated. Tamra means copper. Pratima means when the that Pratima, the idol comes out. What means like? Like a liquid poured in that Musha mold and melted whatever. Like the Pratima comes out. In the same way, the Pratima is, Musha is Annamaya Kosha. And then the liquid things are the next four koshas. And the pratima is the rupakatva kalpana in our mind of each of these koshas. Though they don't have any substantial shape because they are not gross. But for the sake of understanding, acceptance, contemplation, thereafter rejection, this process is essential. Then tad api esha shlokaha bhavati. हो गया अभी अन्नमय कोशा is explained. तदपि एषः श्लोकः भवति. Even to explain about this Annamaya Kosha or the Annarasamaya Purushaha, there is a shloka, the mantra from the Rigveda. Like we already had the mantra from the Rigveda called Satyam Jnanavanta Brahma Yuvedetam Vayam Ityadi to substantiate the Brahmana Vakya of the Yajurveda, that is Brahma Vidapnoti Param. सो ब्रह्म विदाप्नोति परम को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए जैसा मंत्र भाग से हमने सत्यम ज्ञान अनंतम लिया, यहाँ भी ये जो कृष्ण यजुर्वेद मंत्र ऑफ दैट सभाएष पुरुषोन्नर समय अयमेव दक्षिण शिरः अयम दक्षिण उत्तर पक्षः all that I am Atma idam puja pradishta, for this also tadapi esha shloka bhavati. Therefore, the second Anuvaka starts with the shloka, the quotation from the mantra portion of the Rigveda to substantiate what is said by the Brahmana portion of the Yajurveda, in which the Annarasamaya Purusha is explained. Tadapesha shloka bhavati is the meaning of that. Tat tasmin eva arthe brahmanokte annamaya atma prakashake esha shlokaha mantraha bhavati. So, tasmin eva arthe, in that context only, Brahmanokte, when the Brahmana mantra said about the Annamaya Purusha's various parts, Annamaya Atma Prakashake, which was giving us the knowledge of the Annamaya Kosha, Esha Shlokaha means this mantra from the Rigveda is there. Rigveda mantra, Yajurveda Brahmana. So we are studying the Brahmanas of the Yajurveda. In that, the Panchakosha Viveka is going on. At every kosha level, one mantra from the Rigveda is quoted for substantiating our understanding and also to give little more clarity. And this clarity would be very, very essential for contemplation. So while doing all this, what we have to do? The main few things we have to keep in mind is what? The Antaratama Brahma Sankramanam is our goal. And we have to start from where we are. Where we are is Annamaya. It's not only the Annamaya, the other four also are there. Each of them are unaware by us also only. Therefore, the Rupa Kalpana has to be done. But because they don't have them, so their own Rupa Kalpana, Rupa, to do the Rupa Kalpana, you need the Musha. The Musha mold is the Annamaya Kosha. So this first Annamaya Kosha is equal to Annarasamaya Purusha, you understand. और इसी के अंदर प्राणमय पुरुष है, मनोमय पुरुष है, विज्ञानमय पुरुष, आनंदमय पुरुष. Purusha is Atma. Atma means right now we are taking them as a self. After reaching to the Brahman, they all are understood to be Anatma. Then rejection is easier. This is how these Upanishads help we have to take to understand our own Upadis, Koshas, and transcend them all. Sankramana means crossing one by one gateways, finally reaching to our own Brahma Swarupa. That is not an Atma. Brahmavida apnoti param. That is our own essential self. Okay. Tat tasmineva arte brahmanokte annamaya atma prakashake. That Brahmana mantra of the Yajurveda, which was giving us the knowledge of Annamaya Kosha, after for that only, Yesha Shlokaha, this Shlokaha from the mantra bhaga of the Rigveda is being bhavati, given to us. In this way, iti pratamaha anuvakaha. This is how from last 2 or 3 months, I don't know how many days we took, or at least 1 month, we have studied the pratamaha anuvaka. And that was the most crucial, biggest one. From the second anuvaka onward, it's very fast and quicker. Because it's the same flow, it will be told to us. Only thing is we have to be attentive to not only listen, catch, understand, but the upasana we have to do. Again and again. First upasana is upasana of the jnana. In the second upasana, rejecting them to be anatma, so that we go nearer and nearer to the atmavastu. This is what is done on the meditational seat till it happens in conviction as well as in practice. Finally, in anubhuti. Conviction भी होना है, अभ्यास भी होना है. Finally, anubhuti is our goal. I am not the Panchakoshas, I am the Brahman. This practice is not our goal. Anubhuti is our goal. Before the practice, the conviction. Conviction part the Shruti Mata gives. Practice part we have to do. Till the Anubhuti comes walking, even though the Panchakoshas are seen, but they are not real. Even though Panchakoshas are used by me to express myself, yet they are not me nor mine. I am always the Brahman only, separate from, independent of, other than, subtler than, as a cause of all these koshas. This very sublime, very intuitive knowledge slowly will dawn when we are, as we said in the beginning, having that Shubha Icha of discovering our Brahma Swarupa. And how that Icha, Shubha Icha will be generated? When you know the Falashruti, that is Brahmavida apnoti param, and also Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. Brahmana, all the things of the past, present, future are all experienced. The joy of all of that when I discover Brahman. This is the only thought with which we will be able to give up all the other bhoga enjoyed through the panchakoshas, of which we have very strong habit and which are really giving us so much outer pleasures. If this sentence is not understood, this main वाक्य of the फलश्रुति कि इसमें सारे भोग करने से जो आनंद मिलता है वो आनंद है. If this is not remembered, then we can't give up the things. We can never have the vairagya. Without the vairagya or giving them up, into that you can't establish. To establish in it, we should be told that the ananda of it is so great. Therefore, keeping that in mind. When we keep on rejecting one by one kosha, then we reach to that. That is done on the seat of meditation. That rejection is called upasana. That gives to anubhuti. Before doing the upasana or anushthanam, we have to have the conviction. Conviction is given. So conviction, practice and experience. CPE. Conviction, practice, experience. So we have to have. And for conviction also, we have to struggle hard. Guru gives information, not conviction. Information making conversation conviction is your and I, my job. And that happens when I take this subject very seriously, very sincerely, and do manana chintana in me. अरे करेक्ट है यार, ये तो अन्न रसमय है, अन्न रस से तो बना है. And the mother and father, their anna rasa, because of which this sharira is made. Then after making, all the food it is consuming, therefore it is sustaining. And when this body dies or the jiva leaves this body, it is going to again become anna only. This is all right. So too, this is like a pakshi only, which has got these five parts in it. Shiraha, Uttarabaksha, Dakshinabaksaha, Atma and Pucham. In this understanding itself, then who is the owner of it, who is the knower of it, who is the illuminator of it? All that will come. Like I am car. If I am in delusion, then I can think, no, the car has its body, car has a front wheels, car has a rear wheels, car has a steering, car has a central portion. Then who am I then? I am traveling in the car. I am not the car. I am a car. In the same way, if this is seen by me as seen, who is the seer? Who is, if it is known by me as knower, known, who am I the knower? It's not. If it is experienced as experienced, do, who is the experiencer? If it is owned as an owned thing, who is the owner of it? Is it not? That rejection of Panchakosha will happen with wisdom in this analysis, which takes time. We have just started, only listening it. This listening without forgetting, for many lives when we do, it will happen. हमने कहा सुनते ही भूल गए. We are back to Panchakoshas taken as Atma. See that problem? That's why the Vedanta Jnanam is like writing on a moving canvas or in a moving water. लाइक मूविंग उस पानी में जो रंगोली डालते हैं ना, ऐसा है. थोड़ा भी फूंक लगा तो निकल जाता है. देखो हाउ मच केयरफुल वी हैव टू बी थ्रू आउट द डे टू प्रोटेक्ट दिस नॉलेज, यूज दिस नॉलेज टू रीच टू द इंडिकेटेड गोल. बट आर वी रियली टेकिंग दैट केयर? Like children, when you give them any valuable thing, a golden chain or ornament, or a lots of money or very costly cell phone, थोड़ा देखेगा वो फिर फेंकेगा, उसको उसका वैल्यू ही नहीं. वी आर ऑल्सो देखें और फेंकें, ऐसा हम कर रहे हैं अपने शास्त्र ज्ञान को. बट द सेम वैल्यूएबल सेल फोन और द गोल्डन ऑर्नामेंट, द वन हु नोस द वैल्यू ऑफ इट, हाउ ही बिकम्स प्रोटेक्टिव अबाउट इट. ये तो ले जाके संभाल कर लॉकर में रखेगा या गले में पहनेगा या जेब में रखेगा, फोन है तो. आर वी डूइंग दैट विद अवर शास्त्र ज्ञानम? वी आर लाइक चाइल्ड ओनली, देखा और फेंका. देख रहे हैं, फेंक रहे हैं, परख नहीं रहे, झांक नहीं रहे, खोज नहीं कर रहे, अनुभव में नहीं जा रहे. दैट्स व्हाट इज आवर माइंड टुडे. किनको है कि उस आत्म अनुभव हमें पाना है करके स्ट्रांग फीलिंग. जब क्लास में बार बार बताया जा रहा है, होता होगा, जब होगा तो होने दो. इन दैट टाइप ऑफ एटीट्यूड वी आर. Just like, yeah, it is told that India is so great because culture and scripture spirituality, हो सकता होगा. That's what every Indian. They don't go into depth of the values of the scriptures or the traditions, and therefore, having known the value, not only we practice them, but we make the India stand out because these glorious things in between among all the countries of the world. Nobody thinks. क्योंकि देखा फेंका. Like today 26 जनवरी. So today we will do जनगण मन अधिनायक जय जय और वंदे मातरम. कल से किधर गया भारत माता? We will live our own life. This is a problem as regards our services, duties, values concerned. So too in spirituality also. कि we देखो and फेंको, we listen and forget. That is what we have to transcend. From forgetting to remembrance, from remembrance to the conviction, from conviction the strong shubhecha that this I have to live. Then comes the sadhana. We have not yet become sadhana. अभी जर्नी कब स्टार्ट होगा? जब आपको कहाँ जाना, कैसे जाना पता है पक्का, और आपका तैयार है गाड़ी. मोर देन ऑल दैट यू वांट टू ट्रैवल. सब तैयार होने के बाद भी जाने की इच्छा नहीं तो सब कैंसिल हो जाता. शुभेच्छा के बिना यात्रा शुरू ही नहीं होता. So we are not even made the Shubhecha. After that only the goal, the means and the vehicle preparation, all that become meaningful. So let us equip ourselves, let us commit for that from today by Mahabharati's Krupa, Saraswati's Krupa, Bharat Mata's Krupa, because today is 26 January, Ganatantra Divasa, as well as today is our Vasanta Panchami. So may Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara bless us with this. So with this, we are announcing the conclusion of the Prathama Anuvakaha. In the Prathama Anuvaka, in the third portion, what is said is the Anna Rasamaya Purusha having these five aspects just like the Pakshi. To substantiate it in from the Rigveda mantra, the quotation will be given. The commentary for that quotation, Bhashya, will give us more and more light to understand this. So, तुम अपने आप को देह मानते हो ना या देह इज आत्मा या सो लेट अनलेस योर देह इट हैज गॉट दिस पांच थिंग. सो तुम्हारे देह में ये है, तुम ये नहीं हो. और ये देह जितना स्ट्रांग सब्सटेंशियल रियल लग रहा, बट स्टिल देर इज समथिंग विद इन इट टू सपोर्ट इट. In that way, from the stula to the sukshma, from the grosser to the subtler, from the outer to inner, we are shifted both in our understanding as well as identity. अंडरस्टैंडिंग होते ही आइडेंटिटी भी हमको बदलना है. Like when I am given a promotion post, I understand I am promoted. Immediately, don't I identify? No, I am no more a clerk. I am the section officer. You can't remain as clerk when you are promoted. So too, when we discover the pranamaya as an atma for annamaya, you should never say annamaya as an atma now. You should say pranamaya is me, atma is me. In that way, step by step, while analyzing every kosha only, if you are going to the sukshma koshas as an atma, finally, when all are rejected and Brahman is put in front, this Brahman is me, I will be able to accept. I tell you this, Taittiriya Upanishad's Panchakosha Viveka is unique, most beautiful. Nowhere you will find all this. Everywhere the copying of this one. And if one practices it, nothing like that. So what is the quotation of the Rigveda mantra to substantiate the Pakshirupa Kalpana of the Annamaya Kosha and how it helps us? And then the Atma of the Annamaya is Pranamaya. And in that also Pakshirupa Kalpana when we do, just like of the Annamaya, then what is Shira, what is Dakshina Uttara Paksha? This is of the second Anuvaka discusses. Tomorrow we will see. Sarvam Shruti Matu, Bharata Matu, Saraswati Matu, Charanara Indarvanamastu. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarshibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Shruti Matre Namaha Bharata Matre Namaha Saraswati Matre Namaha Asmadurubhyo Namaha Vedavyasa Vishambhanya Ajnalkyadya Shankaradi Gurubhyo Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Today for some time during day, whenever possible, remember Mother Saraswati, ask her to bless. So to remember Bharata Mata and be grateful that we are in this country and be happy and fulfilled for that, and also make use of the opportunity of being born as Indian. Any other country we go, these vibrations, these knowledges, these things will not be there. And who knows in next life where we will be born, which country, in which tribal jati we are born, we don't know, depending on our samskar. कुछ भी हो सकता है. इंडोनेशिया, इजिप्ट कहीं भी जन्म ले सकते हैं अपन, दिस जीव, because we don't know where from we have come, so we don't know where we will go. In that, possibilities are infinite. Which religion will be born, which country will be born, all that depends on our own strong samskara and prarabdha. So right now we are in Bharata Mata's lap. Maybe revel in being Indian true by being spiritually growing through invocation of Ma Saraswati's Kripa of the study of Shastra Jnanam. So, Om Ashasurashi Bhavadangavalli Bhasaiva Dasi Krutadukta Sindhum Mandasmita Irnindita Sharadendum Vandera Vidnasana Sundaritvam Sharada Sharadamboja Vadana Vadanambuje Sarvada Sarvadasmakam Sannidhim Kriyat Saraswatim Chatam Naumi Vagadishtatu Devatam Devatvam Pratipadyante Yadanugrahato Janaha Patuno Nikshagrava Matem Saraswati Pragnetar Parichedam Vachasaiva Karoti शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारावरमां आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणामुष्टकधारिणीं अवेदां जाड्यान्धकाराभां हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां च दधितीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं निःशेषजाड्यापहाम्. So these are all beautiful Shanti shlokas. So to Om, we can do, we are Indians, Om Janagana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jaladhita Ranga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashisha Mange Gahe Tava Jaya Gata जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. You can do the pratigna also. India is my country, all Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country and I am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always try to be worthy of it. I shall give my parents, elders respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and my people, I pledge my devotion. In their well-being and prosperity alone lies my happiness. Vande Mataram Sujalam Sufalam Malayaj Sheetalam Sasya Shamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Shubhrajyotsna Pulakitayaminim Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhurabhashinim Sukadam Varadam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. See, we have done today the Veda Sukta Parayanam, Shruti Mata Adhyanam, Guru Smaranam, and also the Smaranam of Bharata Mata through the national song, national anthem, as well as our pledge. Our celebration both of Vasantha Panchami as well as the Republic Days in true sense is beautiful. And may it be continuing every day. Let Bharata Mata and Ma Bharati, both of us, them bless us. May we be born again and again only in Bharata Mata. And let the Bharati Jnanam, Saraswati Jnanam, Shruti Mata Jnanam come to all of us and give us that Mukti Anubhava. And may we be the instruments in the hearts of Bharata Mata, Ma Bharati and Shruti Mata and the Guru Parampara and Paramatma to spread that scriptural knowledge for everyone's moksha. Thank you. We'll see our next text. Om Shri Shruti Matre Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Matre Namaha. Om Shri Bharati Matre Namaha. Let's do our Adhyanam of next text.